Hey Jacob, thanks for reaching out to me for help with your golf swing. Let me first of all say, man, you have a big time move. You do so many things incredibly well here. So nice job with that. I can see why you're a good player, and if you can continue to clean up a couple things, I'm sure you're well on your way to achieving your goals as a professional player here. So let's start with this down the line view. Um, First of all, I love this takeaway. I love how your hand path moves, inward. You start to build, some depth to this lead arm. I like how the club is still outside your hands here at this first position, and the club face is in a really, really good position. I like how this trail leg is starting to lengthen out, and your pelvis is starting to turn on a bit of a tilted angle here, and your shoulders are turning on that same angle. So this stuff is all really, really clean. You get to the top of the backswing with a lot of depth to the hand path. Again, I really, really love when a player can get the butt of the club pretty close to the heel line at the top. And man, this is pretty much the model for it right here. So all of these things to the top of the backswing are dead spot on. And the issue that I see is in your swing is what happens in transition. Okay, so you mentioned in your email that you tend to miss shots to the left, and I believe you also said that you prefer to play a little bit of a draw. And so let me explain to you what I see here. That's going to make it difficult to A, play a draw, but B, also not miss it to the left. Okay, so if we look at this face-on view here, the first thing that you're going to notice is, at the top of the backswing, so let me just back up a second. As the golfer is making a backswing, what they're doing is they're going into left side bend, which means the torso is tilting over in this direction, and they are adding rotation. So that when you get to the top of the backswing, your torso is tilted to the left, tilted this direction, and it's in rotation. Okay, so that left side bend is perfect. That's what we want to be in at the top of the backswing. The problem is that you hold on to that left side bend for far too long in early transition. So if you watch this left shoulder, it moves down and around like that. You stay in left side bend so long, you don't have any right side bend. Okay? You're at this point in the swing, this left side of your body should be much more lengthened out, which means that left shoulder should be a bit higher and a little bit more up and around in this direction. By the time, and I'm saying by the time you get to this left arm position, okay? What that does is it causes your hand path to move outward a lot. And so if you watch how your butt of the club comes off that yellow line, this left arm is getting out over the toe line. Here's the toe line. It's getting out over that too quickly. And what's going to happen from there is your swing direction is just going to continue to shift to the left and to really hard around the corner to the left. Okay, so let's take a look at first of all from face on what a good amount of right side bend would look like. All right, so again, I'm going to put you back at the top. And we're going to take a look at Rory here. So you'll notice a little move that Rory makes here in late backswing. So you can see him extending. You can see him turning. You can see the rotation and the extension of his back and his spine. And I want you to watch this back angle right here. How it goes from very vertical to, in early transition, a pretty significant angle up his left back here. This is looking more like this now. So what's happening is he's shortening on the right side of his body. He's crunching that together. He's going into right side bend. And by the time he gets down here to this left arm parallel to the ground position, you can see he's looking quite different in his upper body than you are. So you're still very much short. You can see how this is very crunched up right here in this part of your body. Your hips are not far enough forward to create that tilt in the spine. And another indicator here would be watch the movement of your head. So basically in transition, we want to get some separation between the lower body, which means the pelvis is going to move this way, and the upper body essentially stays where it's at. It doesn't actually move backwards. We would want to see your head kind of stay in that circle. And you can see your head moves pretty far significantly forward and in front of that circle. Whereas if we watch Rory, you may see his head drop a little, but you're not really going to see it move forward. That's the thing in your golf swing that's causing you to hit it left and causing your swing direction to go too far to the left. And as he keeps moving in the impact, you're going to see that head stay back and that lower body move forward. And in your case, you're going to try to work back into that circle late, but you just can't because there's not enough right side bend. You're trying to, though. And if you look at Rory at impact, you can see his head is dead in the middle of that circle. So from down the line, what that would look like again, I love the backswing. Love, love, love the backswing. And I love how you get all this depth to the butt of the club. Man, don't ever change that about your swing. That's a beautiful thing. And so if we look at Rory at the top, about right there, 90 degrees down, you have a little bit more depth than he does. But because he's adding in right side bend in the downswing, which means his hips are going forward and his head is staying back, you're going to see his hand path move more straight down in the beginning, that yellow line. And then it'll start to move out as the rotation picks up. But the thing that I want you to notice is how much the lead arm is still in across the chest here. And in your case, it just shifts out right from the top very, very fast. That all has to do with the fact that your head's moving forward and your hips are not. And your left arm's getting shifted out. So you can see how he's going to be coming from a much shallower sort of inside position relative to you. Your hands and arms are going to be moving way out. If you draw this line down from your lead shoulder, then you could see how far across that line your hands are on this side. That means they've already reached their most outward point. So the only thing they can do is go really far to the left through the ball. Whereas with Rory, you see his left arm or his hands are pretty much still inside the shoulder line, which means he's still coming from the inside. Nice and shallow from the inside delivery to hit that little draw. And in your case, again, it's going to be steeper. You can see your club head at this point is already outside the golf ball. Versus with Rory, let me back it up. Can't really see because the bottom of the frame's cut off. But your club head is already outside the ball, which means the club is going to essentially have to be moving left through the shot, or we're literally going to shank it. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to start to feel some separation. And a drill that you can do is get at home, and I want you to stand in a door frame, inside a door frame, and I want you to put your face against the inside part of the door frame. So it looks something like this right here. And you don't need a club for this. You're just going to kind of put your hands together in a grip, and you're going to have the left side of your cheek resting against the inside of the door frame. And I want you to go to the top of your backswing, and I want you to keep your, obviously your face will stay against the door frame. Okay. And what I want you to do from there is I want you to feel your pelvis move laterally, because it'll be outside the door frame. Only your face will be inside the door frame because you're going to be in your posture. And I want you to allow the door frame to stop your head from moving forward as your pelvis moves in this direction. And what you're going to feel is you're going to start to feel that spine tilting. And it's going to be tilting in this direction. So head will be somewhere like right here in this ballpark. So the hips are going to be moving forward, and that head's going to be staying back in that door frame. This right side of your body is going to start shortening, getting closer. Your right ribs are going to be getting closer to your right hip bone, and that's going to create more tilt in the spine at impact. Okay? And that's going to lower the club down behind you in a little more shallow position. It's going to take that left starting line, or that pull, out of play, and it's going to allow you to draw the ball just a little better. All right, man, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.